I was waiting for a second entry buy down here. We have two legs down after a big gap up, so I was waiting for a second entry to buy for a swing, and we didn't get it. Instead, we just went below this bar and went outside up and raced up. So the reason I was waiting for a second entry is because these two bear bars were very strong. So instead of getting the second entry, went outside up here, went up with a really strong bar. And I don't know if this selling pressure is still gonna affect this this move up. So I'm not exactly sure if it was too high to buy, but instead of getting the second entry, we got a strong breakout to the upside. So I thought it was reasonable to buy for a swing and see if we test up here or test the high of the day. So I bought 4 shares at the close, looking for about 50 cents. I'm thinking that after the 4 bull bodies here, tail on the bottom, so probably buyers below, and I don't think it's a reasonable sell yet, so I'll exit if we get a second entry sell, but for now I'm going to stay in. Getting a pretty good breakout here. It'd be nice if we can close above the high and get some follow through. I also think I'll probably exit if this is a bear bar or a bear body, just because it's a strong breakout of a trading range, and if it's a bear bar, it might be a failed breakout, and I don't want to give up everything I made so far. So we'll see how the follow through bar looks. Okay, so I'm looking to take profits. I tried to take profits right at the close of the bar, but I was too late. So just a little bit under the whole dollar, 314. Anyways, I'm out there. Yeah, I don't know if I managed that well. Like, I'm happy I stayed through this, but then up here, does this bear bar mean that I should exit, or should I still, it's a tight enough channel, so maybe I need to wait for a second entry? I'm not sure. Clearly I don't have much experience holding through these, so I don't know exactly what I should have done. Maybe get out the high close. I don't know, it's a trading range day, and the failed breakout, technically, because of the bear follow through, so I was a little bit nervous. So I ended up finishing with 288. That's still not bad. We went as high as 314.18, so that would have been $4 up here. So I gave up $1, but I'm not sure. I have to see how this turns out, and I have to go find some examples to see how I should be managing these. But definitely management's a little bit better with the patience, but I need to refine it and figure out what to do in these kinds of situations. So yeah, good trade for the first trade of the day, and I'll try to find something else. I ended up taking a pretty bad trade here. Well, actually, it wasn't. I don't think it was a bad trade. I think it was really bad management. It's a mistake I'm constantly making. So I sold here. There was 5 consecutive bear bars here, so I was looking for a sell. I was considering selling this close, but I thought, let me see if we get a breakout bar first. And the reason I was looking for a breakout bar is it was a similar situation to another trading range breakout. So here we had a breakout bar. I exited here because I had bad follow through. It looks like that was the right decision for the short term, at least, because in a trading range day, if you get a breakout and bad follow through, there's a good chance that it could be a failed breakout and that we head lower. So at the time I was uncertain, but looks like my instincts were correct here. And we got 5 consecutive bear bars. So similar to a situation like this, where we had consecutive breakouts, but we got a breakout, bad follow through, we got a bigger breakout, bad follow through, and then we started to get consecutive bear bars here. Here it was just dojis, but it was a micro channel, consecutive bear bars. And then we got the breakout. So this breakout ended up closing on the low. This breakout also closed near the low, and that led to a big collapse. So here, as this dropped, I sold, but we're right at support, and so if it doesn't continue to accelerate, I need to exit on the tail. I've said that many times. For some reason, I just can't follow those instructions. We got the tail, which means that it's holding its support, at least temporarily, and so for my collapse premise, that premise is no longer valid. The collapse is supposed to end up in a giant bar. Um, I think I have other examples as well, but either way, it definitely wasn't collapsing. So let's give another example. So here we had a breakout above this triangle, decent follow through, but then second entry sell, and then consecutive bear bars. So 5 consecutive bear bars. This last one closing near the low, and then it accelerates down. Despite there being support and bottom of buy climax lower, it accelerates down and collapses. So, but this collapse doesn't have a tail on the bottom. Today, we did not collapse, and we had a tail on the bottom, and we held that support. So for me, I mentioned this in the other trade that I did the same thing. That if I'm entering for a collapse and the collapse does not happen and the breakout bar ends up having a tail, I need to exit. And instead of exiting at the close and losing 5 cents, I just held on to it. And I tried to get out break even, but I need to just exit at the close of the bar. I'm frustrated a little bit because I know what the rules are. I know what needs to be done, and for some reason I just keep not doing it. So, so I ended up exiting at the top here after 7 bear bars. It's probably not going to a new high, but it's a huge reversal up from this low, and so it could be a double bottom bull flag. So I just had to exit up there. So I gave up the profits from earlier, and I'm down 55 cents now. I'm not upset about my loss. Like, I'm not upset that I'm down 55 cents. I'm upset that it was very, very avoidable. So, anyways, try to find something else for the day. I just bought the close of this bull doji here. My reasoning is that we had a failed breakdown below this channel, 3 pushes down in a trading range day, and we failed to break out and reverse up strongly. So after 3 pushes, bottom of a trading range, and also with the open of the day in the middle of the day's range, I thought we'd get back up there to test there. We also have consecutive climaxes down 1, 2, and 3 in a trading range day. So I thought the open of the day is in the middle, around the middle. We have a sell climax high right here, so we might get up there. But I thought at least it would at least go up high enough for a scalp. So I just got up with 20 cents there on 5 shares. At the very least, I thought after a failed breakdown and a strong reversal up, that we'd get 2 legs up. So at a minimum, I thought we get buyers somewhere down here and get a second leg up. And best case scenario, we just race up to the high of the sell climax and get up to the open of the day. So I thought 20 cents was safe. So up 45 cents now. Really regret this trade. I thought it was poorly managed, so I'm gonna have to live with that one. But really happy with the first trade. I thought the third trade was also a high probability trade based on the context. So done for the day, and hopefully just keep inching forward and get this batch of 100 trades to be at least a little bit profitable. But I think I'm thinking about money a little bit too much. I've noticed the patterns in the way I'm explaining my trades is constantly in terms of making up a prior loss. And I've noticed that more now as the share size gets bigger, and because I've had a couple big losses, I'm starting to think in terms of making up losses, and I have to stop that. So just need a clean slate and just think about one trade at a time, and making one good decision at a time. So done for the day, and I'll be back tomorrow.